What's up, guys? Welcome back to another live stream from Scalar Learning. And today we are continuing with ACT math. I actually started the stream yesterday, meant to get it out then, but it was just really bad timing. I had a tutoring appointment coming up, and I actually started on the wrong problem. So I was like, you know what? I just want to redo this video and start at the right place, which is question number 35. So here we are. And today we are not doing a time test like I often do. Instead, we're slowing it down per the request of a few of my viewers that said, hey, can you do some that are not so fast paced where you're under time pressure? So I have, of course, obliged the requests, and we are doing problems out of the Manhattan Prep 5-pound ACT book, and we're in the elementary algebra section. All right, let's do it. So let's start with 35. We got the calculator queued up, and here we go. A plus 2b equals 14, a minus 2b equals 42. What is the value of b? This is a system of equations. So I'm going to stack the two right next to each other like this, right on top of each other, I should say. And we're trying to find the value of b. Now, my low-hanging fruit is I'm just going to add these two together, even though I'm trying to find b. Actually, no, let's make it easy. We're trying to find b, so I'm going to multiply the bottom one by -1. Why am I doing that? Because I'm flipping the signs of the a's, because when I combine them, I want the a's to eliminate. A plus -a does eliminate. 2b plus 2b equals 4b. And then equals 14 plus 42, which is 56. Then we divide both sides by 4. And we get b equals 14, positive. And then, of course, if b equals 14, a equals 0. Oh, wait. B equals... No, what am I doing? That can't be right. Oh, shoot. I just got that wrong. I was just checking my answer. I'm like, nope, that's wrong. I forgot I made that 42 negative. I just couldn't see that negative sign. So 14 plus -42 is -28. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. And then b equals -7. Important to check your answers. So -7, let's see if that makes more sense. So -7 here, then that means a has to be 28. Because -7, that would be -14. Those would add to 14. Again, this would be 28. -7 times 2 is positive 14. Those two added is 42. It works. Next is 36. Which of the following is the equation solved for b? What we're doing is we're isolating b, so I'm going to distribute. 7a minus 7b equals 4. Then we're going to subtract 7a from both sides. -7b equals 4 minus 7a, and then we divide by -7. Divide by -7. This should be it. Oh, it looks like they did a little more simplification. Then looks like they split it up into two fractions, so they'll make this 4 over -7 minus... well, yeah, let's make it plus -7a over -7. We could do that, or I could bring the negative up, whatever's easier. And then these negatives cancel out, and we've got -4/7 plus, and then 7 over 7 cancels out too, plus a. -4/7 plus a, or a minus 4/7, same dealio. Numero 37. What number can be subtracted from both the numerator and denominator of 7/10 to get 2/5? What number can be subtracted from both the denominator? It's got to be a fraction. I was just trying to do it with an integer and it doesn't work. Oh, wait. Maybe it's -5, because then it's subtracted. That'd be 12/15. No, can't be. Okay, so here's how we do it. 7 over 10, and what can be subtracted from the numerator and denominator? We're subtracting the same amount to get 2/5. Now we have a nice proportion. Let's cross multiply, so then this becomes 2 times 10 minus x equals 5 times 7 minus x. Distribute. I get 20 minus 2x equals 35 minus 5x. We add 5x, add 5x. I get 3x plus 20, positive 5. Is that right? Oh, yeah, of course it is. It's minus that is 2, minus that is 5. I didn't even need to do the algebra. That one you can get through without any algebra. You can just kind of figure it out logically. I don't know why it didn't occur to me. Which of the following is the equation solved for Q? All right, again, I'm going to distribute, and then we're going to isolate Q. 6P minus 6. No, I'm going to do something better. I'm not going to distribute. This will be faster. I'm going to divide both sides by 6. I should have done that last time too. P minus Q equals 3 6, which is 1/2. And then we're trying to isolate Q, so let's subtract P. And I get negative Q equals 1/2 minus P. Then I'm going to multiply both sides by -1 to get rid of that negative. Q equals negative 1/2 plus P. And I bet you they put the P first again. And they did. It's Q equals P minus 1/2. Same deal, though. All right. 39. At work this week, David was able to edit over 25% of the documents his boss delivered to him. If there were 140 documents in total, which of the following expressions is true about E, the minimum number of documents that he was able to edit? All right, hold on. He was able to edit over 25%. So what's 25% of 140? 0.25 times 140 equals 35. So it's something involving 35. We know that. Uh, 36 we don't need, but over 35, that's this. Which is following is true about E, the minimum number of documents he was able to edit. He edited more than 35. Not more than 36, because he could have done 36 exactly, but he did more than 35 because that's 25%. In a recent shipment, fewer than 30% of the items arrived were damaged. If there were 270 in the shipment, which of the following expressions is true about D, the maximum number of damaged items? So we do 0.3 times 270. These are kind of weird. I can't say that I've seen stuff so similar to these problems on the ACT practice problem, so that's okay. So again, it's 81. They said fewer than 30%. So I'm saying D is going to be less than 81, like this. That's it. Next, which of the following is equivalent to the expression blank blank? All right. So first of all, what are these parentheses in this first trinomial doing? Nothing. There's nothing that's being distributed, so I'm going to get rid of them. 2n plus 1. What about in the second? Well, there's this thing that can be distributed. That's not just a 2. That's a negative 2 because those minuses are sticky. So we got negative 2n squared minus 8n plus 2. Now we combine like terms. Combine like terms. Combine like terms. We got negative 3n squared. 2n minus 8n is negative 6n. And then 1 plus 2 is 3. And we got it. Negative 3n squared minus 6n plus 3. Done. 42, what is the value of the expression blank for z equals 3? Let's plug 3 in here and in here. This becomes 3 minus 1 times 3 times 3 minus 2 squared. This becomes 2 times 3 times 1 squared, right? 1 squared is just 1, so whatever. 2 times 3 is 6. And that's it. Little order of operations, plug and chug. Well, not really, yeah, kind of order of operations. Had some parentheses and things like that. A company that rents gas-powered scooters charges customers $15 per day to rent the scooter, plus an additional 15 cents for each mile. So I'm already thinking $15 per day plus 0.15 per mile. Let's see, y miles. So for every miles. Oh, and X is days. So it's $15 per day, so that day value is going to go there, right? 2 days, $30, 3 days, $45, whatever. And this is the total cost, 15x plus 0.15y. Boom, done. Drives each day. Wait a minute. If Charlie rents a scooter for X days and drives it Y miles each day, ooh. This is wrong. So this is right for the number of days. And then this times X, because it's 15 cents. And that's not the total miles they're saying. It's the miles he drives each day. That's really tricky. So it is actually this one. I thought that was a totally off. It's like, why are they multiplying it again? But it's the very specific wording, drives Y miles each day. All right, so then that answers A. What is the value of the expression h squared blank when h equals -4? Plug and chug. So I'm going to replace my h squared with -4. 5 minus -4. That becomes a plus. -4 squared is 16. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 times 16 is 144. Done. Numero next, 45. A mobile phone provider offers a plan that costs $60 for unlimited calls and 20 cents for every 10 text messages sent. Which of the following expressions represents a customer's monthly phone bill in dollars for the use of 10T text messages sent and unlimited calls? Hold on, so $60 plus 20 cents for every 10 messages. It's just 0.2 times T, because, all right, so it's 20 cents for every 10 messages. And if he sends 10T text messages, that's like if T equals 1. Let me make sure I'm understanding that right. Yeah, so if T equals 1, he sent 10 texts, so that'd be 20 cents. T equals 2, we've sent 20 texts, 20 texts, which is 40 cents, is double that. That works with my setup here, right? 2 times that would be 40. So this is the expression. 60 plus 0.2T. That's it. All right, done. Next, what is the value of x that satisfies this equation? All right, let's solve it. Let's distribute. So that's 4x minus 12 equals x plus. Let's square that. That's 4 times 6 is 24. Subtract x, 3x, and then we're going to also simultaneously add 12 to both sides. Equals 36. Divide by 3. X equals 12. And that is it. All right, next. North Star Electric Company charges customers $18 per month for electric service. In addition, customers are charged 16 cents. Customer charge $8 per month. In addition, they're charged 16 cents per kilowatt in excess of 30. First 30 are included. Which of the following expressions represents a customer's monthly charge, assuming that S is greater than 30? So it's $18 plus, and then what's happening is you're doing the the kilowatts, but we're not counting that first 30, and they're assuming that it's greater than 30. So we're subtracting that first 30, then we're multiplying that by our 16. And it looks like they don't have that. It looks like they distributed this. So wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah, it does. All right. We have to distribute and distribute. 18 plus 0.16s minus, and then what's 0.16? I'm sorry, I think that's 48, 4.8 or something. 30. Yep, 4.8. And then we combine like terms, boom, boom. 18 minus 4.8 is 13.2. 13.1320. It's the only one. Done. That's it. Next. 48. Given that x minus y equals 4, what is the value of this whole crazy thing? All right. This is actually not so bad. The reason why here, okay, let's do some things. All right, so first of all, this is really 2 times x minus y, right? That's pretty cool because I can sub in 4 for that. Minus, but I'm not going to minus that. Instead, I'm going to just turn this into a plus, distribute the negative in here. Well, guess what? That makes that positive, that negative, which is x minus y. That's pretty good because I got another one I can just plug and chug. Plus, and then this guy, I'm going to factor out a -1, not outside of the exponent though, of course. So it's going to be -1 times x minus y, because that's the same thing as, if I distribute it, it's the same thing as y minus x. So we just square that, right? And that's pretty cool. So now I can just substitute in for all those spots. So that's 2 times 4, because that's what x minus y equals, plus 4 over 2 plus negative 1 times 4 squared. Now, of course, that negative 1 doesn't matter because we're squaring it, but leave it there anyways. That becomes 8 plus 4 divided by 2 is 2 plus 4 squared, or negative 4 squared, is 16. 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 16 is 26. Dunzos. Next, 49. What is the value of z that satisfies the equation blah, blah, blah? Okay, again, I'm going to distribute on the right side, and I get 2z minus 6. Then I'm going to subtract 2z, negative 6z plus 5 equals negative 6, minus 5, negative 6z equals negative 11, divide by negative 6, divide by negative 6. Z equals 11, 6. Boom, done. Numero 50. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to this? All right, again, all it is we're distributing. That's it. So this becomes negative 4x cubed, and then the y exponents add, because they're multiplying, of course, so we get y to the 4th. And then the minuses cancel out when I distribute, plus 12x squared y to the 10th, because the 2 and the 8 add, and that's it. Negative, hold on, so I put the 12 first. 12x squared y, yes. Yes, that's it. Dunzos. Numero 51, and I think we're only going to 51. Let me just double check. Can't remember what I wrote. Yeah, 51. Okay, so we got the last one. The combined weight of two objects is 48 pounds. Let's convert that to an equation. Boom. If the heaviest object, so I call it y, weighs 6 pounds more than twice the weight of the lighter object, what is the weight of the heavier object? Well, we just did some nice substitute. We just did a nice system of equations there. And we want to find the weight of y. Well, I'll still plug in for x, whatever. So I'm going to substitute this in for y. So that becomes, instead of x plus y, x plus 6 plus 2x equals 48. We're finding the lighter object right now, right? 3x plus 6 equals 48. Subtract 6, subtract 6. 3x equals 42. Divide by 3, divide by 3. X equals 14. So the lighter object is 14. The heavier object is what? Let's plug it in here. So this becomes y equals 6 plus 2 times 14. 6 plus 28, and that's 34. So the heavier one is 34. That's it. All right, let's check the answers. So again, I'm doing these fresh. I've never seen them before. That's still, I believe, a key part of why these are helpful, because you're actually seeing me think and problem solve in real time. So I don't know if I got them all right, but I think I did. But that's part of the fun. Now we'll go back and check. And if I got anything wrong, of course, I'll just explain why. And that's it. 35. DHEJC. DHEJAK. Then it's DJEKA. And then 50 and 51 is H and E. That's it. They are all correct, my friends. Let's see if there are any questiones. Hey, what's up? Is it worth for mathematics level 1 test? Yeah, I mean, if it's one of the tests, I think it's fine. I mean, my general suggestion, I would take the math level 2, not the math level 1, unless there's just stuff on there that I don't know, that you haven't covered at all. I think most high school students probably can handle the math level 2, and it's a much nicer curve. Math level 1 is still not easy. I've done practice tests on there, and it's tricky. It's just math level 2 is additional concepts, arguably more complex concepts, but again, probably ones that you've covered in high school. So I would go with that and go with that nice curve where you can get like 6 wrong and still get an 800. That's my advice. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. I hope this was helpful. If you did like it, please click that like button. And if you want to see more from the Scalar Learning channel, make sure to subscribe as well. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take it easy.